Welcome to Mathematics Made Easy by Mary MJ. Today I am discussing here CBSE Class 9, Chapter 1, Number Systems. So, first we have to know about the number line. What all numbers will be there on the number line? We can see if I am walking through the number line, I can see so many negative numbers, positive numbers, fractions, zero, these all comes on the number line. So this number system, numbers can be divided into two different types, that is real numbers and imaginary numbers. Here we are discussing only about real numbers. Imaginary numbers, it will be discussed in higher classes. So, now we will move on to the real numbers. What all consist of, in this real numbers, what all numbers will be there? We can see here on the number line, lot of numbers, positive numbers, negative numbers, including 0. So, here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. it is there. That we call it as whole numbers. Whole numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Next we can see the natural numbers. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Then we can see integers. What are integers? 0 plus or minus 1 plus or minus 2 plus or minus 3 etc. are called integers. And again on that, in between 0 and 1 we can find out so many in between values, 1 and a half, that is 0.5. Then another one we can find between 1 and 2, it is 3 by 2, 1.5. Not only this 0.5, 1.5, then 0.1. Here first near to 0 it is 0.1, next one is 0.2, then here we can find 3.1. So all the decimal numbers, fractions, natural numbers, whole numbers, everything together we call it as real numbers. Whereas another part is there in real numbers, that is rational and irrational. In rational numbers these all comes. What about irrational? Irrational numbers means where we cannot find out a correct square root, that is root 2. We cannot find out the correct value for that. We can write root 2 as it is 1.41421356 etc. It is going on like that. It is non-terminating, non-recurring number. So root 2 is equal to 1.4124 etc. We cannot find out a correct value for that, and it is not terminating also. It is never ending value, and also it is not recurring. Recurring means here there is no particular way, that is 4, 1, 4, 2, 1, 3, 5, 6 etc. means we cannot find out what is the next number here in the decimal. So such a type of number we call it as irrational number. Another example for irrational number is root of 3. Root 3 value is 1.73205081 etc. That is also never ending, and it is non-terminating, it is non-recurring. So if non-recurring means there is the same values, it is not coming in the same order, it is not coming like that. So these are irrational numbers. So these all, rational number and irrational number together, we can represent it on the number line. On this line we can represent both rational and irrational numbers. So you know to represent rational numbers. We will study how to represent irrational numbers here itself. So these are whole numbers, then natural numbers, integers, these all should be familiar. So once again, number system consists of two types of numbers, that is real and imaginary. Now we are not going to deal with imaginary values, only real numbers. Real numbers are two types, that is rational and irrational. Rational numbers means it is all the natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, fractions, decimal numbers, etc. comes in rational numbers, whereas irrational means root 2, root 3, root 5, root 7, root 6. These all we cannot find out a correct value for that. It will be always non-terminating and non-recurring. So that is the property of an irrational number. So what about a statement? If I'm telling a statement, we have to check whether it is true or false. Every whole number is a natural number, whether it is true or false. Every whole number is a natural number. Is every whole number a natural number? No, it is not. Why? Whole number means it consists of 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Whereas natural number consists of only 1, 2, 3, etc. So every whole numbers are not natural numbers. Then every integer, the question is every integer is a rational number. Is every integer a rational number? Every integer is a rational number. What is the reason? Because rational number, in rational number, integers, whole numbers, natural numbers, fractions, decimal, etc. comes in rational numbers itself. So every integer is a rational number. It is true. Now, how can we find out some rational numbers between two numbers? Any two numbers if it is given, how can you find out in between some rational numbers? Suppose a question given here is find 5 rational numbers between 1 and 2. We have to find out 5 rational numbers between 1 and 2. There are so many methods to find, so we'll discuss now. 5 rational numbers between 1 and 2. So rational numbers means it is decimal numbers or fractions, and the peculiarity of a rational number, the property, the definition of a rational number is it is of the form P by Q where Q not equal to 0. We have to write in the form, rational number should be always written in the form P by Q where Q is not equal to 0. So we have to write 5 numbers between 1 and 2 in the form of P by Q. How can we write? So I can write this as in between 1 and 2, 5 numbers I can write, that is 1.1 is between 1 and 2. 1.2 is also between 1 and 2. 1.3, 1.4 and 1.5. But it is not of the form P by Q that we have to convert into the form of P by Q. How can we convert this into the form of P by Q? That is, it is 11 by 10. This one is 12 by 10. Next is 13 by 10, 14 by 10, 15 by 10. These all comes between 1 and 2 because 11 by 10 means it is 1.1. It is between 1 and 2. 12 by 10 means it is 1.2. So these are 5 numbers which come between 1 and 2. So that is one method. This is first one method in order to find out the rational numbers between 1 and 2. There are some other method also. How can you find out using some other methods the rational numbers between 1 and 2? I can write this 1 as, 1 is the same as 6 by 6. So 1 can be written as 6 by 6 also, it is 1. And 2 can be written as 12 by 6, that is I am taking the denominators same. So 6 by 6 is the same as 1, 12 by 6 is the same as 2. So in between I can write the remaining rational numbers. So 6 by 6, next one will be 7 by 6, then 8 by 6, 9 by 6, 10 by 6. There's 6 in the denominator. 9 by 6, 10 by 6, 11 by 6. We need only 5 rational numbers between 1 and 2, so we can take any 5. So that is another way of finding out the rational numbers between 1 and 2. Then this is the second method. You can opt any method to find out the rational numbers. Third method, in order to find out the rational number between 1 and 2, we can add the two numbers. That is, if 1 is 1 and I need to find out 5 numbers between 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and the last number 2. So if I'm adding the first and last, that is 1 plus 2 divided by 2, I'll get a number in between these two. That is 3 by 2. 3 by 2 will be a number between 1 and 2. So one number I'm writing here, it is 3 by 2. Then again, in order to find out more rational numbers between this, I can add this, I can take this 1 and 3 by 2. So I'm adding 1 plus 3 by 2 divided by 2. So if you are adding two numbers and dividing by 2, you will get a rational number between those two numbers. So 1 plus 3 by 2, we can write this as 3 plus 2, that is 5 by 4. Again, that will be between 1 and 3 by 2. Again, in order to get one more rational number between these two, add these two and divide by 2. Same way, if you are adding this side also, dividing by 2, we will get another number between this. So 3 by 2 plus 2 by 2. That is equal to 3 plus 4, 7 by 4. So one number here between this is 7 by 4. Again, we can find out the number between these two. That is, again add 7 by 4 plus 2 by 2. That is equal to 7 plus 8 is 15 by 8. So here you will get it as 15 by 8. So we got 4 numbers here. One more number we will get using these two. So 1 plus 5 by 4 by 2. That is 4 plus 5 is 9 by 8. So another number we will get it as 9 by 8. So again, if you want, we can nearby terms, if you are adding and dividing by 2, we will get the rational numbers between those two numbers. So here these are the three different methods, which is the easiest one you can opt. First method is between 1 and 2, I can find out so many decimal values, that is 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5 and write it as P by Q form. Second one is making the denominator same and writing the fractions in between, that is rational number in between 1 and 2. Third method I have wrote is, you can add the two numbers and divide by 2 and find out what is the rational number between those two numbers. So any method you can opt for finding out the rational numbers between the two numbers. So we'll do one more question, that is find 6 rational numbers. Find 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. So as earlier, I am using the first method. So between 3 and 4, I can write so many rational numbers. Let it be 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, 3.6. I need only 6 rational numbers. And this can be written as 3.1 means it is 31 by 10, 32 by 10, 33 by 10, 34 by 10, 35 by 10 and 36 by 10. So you got 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. So same way, hope you understood how to find out the rational numbers between two numbers. Then one question is there in exercise 1.1. The question is 0 a rational number? Is 0 a rational number? Can you write it in the form P by Q? Of course, 0 is a rational number. Why? It can be written in the form P by Q. How can you write 0? 0 is the same as 0 by 1. The value is 0 itself. Then 0 by 2 is 0, 0 by 3 is 0, 0 by any number is 0 itself. So you can write it in the form of the rational number P by Q. So that is about how to find out the values between two numbers, between two rational numbers, how to find out a rational number, different rational numbers between two numbers, and whether 0 is a rational number or not. Now, the next one to tell you in this portion is how to locate root 2, root 3, that is irrational numbers on the number line. How can you draw, how can you locate, means how can you find out irrational numbers on the number line. I'll show you how to find out irrational numbers on the number line, that is we'll do for root 2 and we'll do for root 3. So first we have to draw a number line. Then mark the values on that 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. The other side negative values -1, -2, -3, -4. Now to draw this root 2, what you have to do is take 1 unit on the number line. That is, here it is 1 unit. I am marking here 1 unit. That we know, because 0 to 1 it is 1 unit. Then the same length 1 unit you have to extend to this side also. Perpendicular should be drawn at the point 1. Perpendicular. This is the perpendicular. Now if I am joining this diagonal wise, if I am joining this with a straight line, this length, we know this is a right angle triangle. Here that a rectangle got is a, triangle got, it is a right angle triangle, and this is the hypotenuse. So we can find out this length by using the formula, by using Pythagoras theorem, that is root of 1 square plus 1 square, that is root 2. So this length is the hypotenuse of that right triangle, and we got that length as root 2. So this is the length of root 2. Now take the compass and keep it here at the point 0. Take the length root 2 in the compass and cut an arc like this way, so that where this length you are cutting it to this side, and this is root 2. So we can mark root 2 on the number line. Next is how to mark root 3 on the number line. So we will do it in separate figure, otherwise it will be confusing for you. So again I am drawing the number line here. Marking again 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The other side it is -1, -2, -3, -4. So first, in order to draw square root of 3, first I have to draw root 2 itself. So root 2, all of you know to draw, you have to take 1 unit to this side, 1 unit upwards, and the diagonal length will be root 2, and you have to take the compass, take the length root 2 and cut the arc on the number line, it is root 2. Then again, in order to draw root 3, from here, this length we know it is root 2. From here we can draw the perpendicular. We have to draw the perpendicular here, so that this length is 1 unit. So here this is root 2 and this is 1 unit. Join this length to this origin. You have to join it like this way. This also form a right triangle. This is 1 unit. This is 90-degree angle. So we have to keep the protractor here, measure 90 degree and 1 unit. Then join this to the origin to get this length. Now this becomes the hypotenuse. This length is the hypotenuse. That will be root of root 2 square plus 1 square. This will be root of root 2 square plus 1 square, which is equal to root 3. This length will be root 3. Now keep the compass here, measure this length and cut it to this side. Draw an arc to this side so that it touches at the point root 3. And we know that root 3 value is 1.732. So it is in between 1 and 2 itself. So this is the construction for root 2 and root 3. So we can understand that square root of 2, square root of 3, root of 5, all the values can be plotted, located on the number line. Now again some more things are there to discuss in this chapter. We are not completing the chapter, only almost half of the chapter we'll discuss here. So next is to find out the decimal expansion. Find the decimal expansion. Find the decimal expansions of 10 by 3. How to find out the decimal expansion of 10 by 3? That is, using long division itself we are finding out what is 10 by 3. 10 divided by 3. 3 here 3 times. So we'll get it as 9. Then remainder 1. Then put a decimal because 3 will not go in 1. So you have to put a point here, decimal point over there, so that you can put a 0. Then again 3, 9 times. Then again it is going on. So 3, 3, 3, etc. Goes on like this. So this is one type of number, that is 3.333, etc. It is recurring and the same number is being repeated. So this also comes under rational number. This is a rational number. So there are some rational numbers where the decimal number will be recurring. It will be recurring, it is going on like this way and the same number will be repeated. But it will be extending like this. So it is non-terminating but recurring. Recurring means the same number is going on. Then another number we have to take is 7 divided by 8. 7 divided by 8. In this case, if I am dividing here, so 8 will not go in 7. So first itself we have to put a decimal point there. Then 8 how many times? 8 8s are 64. Then remainder it will be 6. Then again 60. Then 8 how many times? 8 7s are 56. Then 4 40. 8 5s are 40. So here it is ending. It is not recurring. It is not terminating. So it is also, this is also a rational number. So some rational numbers it will be recurring and non-terminating. Some rational numbers it will be having decimal point 0.875. It is stopping there. Then some other value, some other rational numbers we'll find out. That is 1 by 11. How to find out 1 by 11? Same way, long division itself. 1 divided by 11. So here it won't go. So you have to put 0 point. If I am putting a 0 also, 11 will not go here. So again 1 0. So 11 9 times here. That is 99. Then remainder 1. So again if I am putting a 0, also 11, it won't, it is not divisible. So one more 0 here. Then 9 times, it is 99. It is going on like this. 0 9 0 9, it is going on like this. So this is, it is non-terminating, but it is recurring. It is non-terminating, but it is recurring. So such decimal, such fractions also comes under such decimal places. Like this way, recurring decimals also comes as rational numbers. Now, how will you convert? If rational numbers are given, how will you convert to decimal forms? Sorry, if decimal forms is given, how will you convert to rational numbers? That's what we are going to discuss here. Conversion to the form, to P by Q form. How will you convert decimal numbers to P by Q form? So let x is equal to 0.333 etc. We have to convert this into P by Q form. So what we have to do here? So first what you have to do is see how many numbers it is recurring. 3 only, it is 3, it is repeatedly coming. So only one number is repeating. So we have to multiply the entire equation by 10x because only one number is repeating. You have to multiply by 10 throughout. So you are getting 3.333 etc. So I am multiplying how many numbers it is repeatedly coming, how many decimals it is recurring, that is here only 3 is being repeated. So that means we have to multiply the whole equation by 10, that is it becomes 10x is equal to 3.333 etc. Now this we'll write it as the first equation, this as the second equation. Now we'll subtract, that is 1 minus 2. Subtracting both the equations, we will get 10x minus x is 9x is equal to 3.333 etc. minus 0.333 etc. is 3. That is x is equal to 3 by 9 which is equal to 1 by 3. So the corresponding rational expression for 0.333 etc. is 1 by 3. Similarly, we'll find out we'll do one more question, that is x is equal to 1.2727 etc. So we can see here two numbers it is repeating. If two numbers is repeating, so multiply the equation by 100. So here multiplying by 100, it becomes 100x. If I am multiplying this side by 100, we'll get it as 127.27 etc. So we are taking this as the first equation and second equation is the first one that I am writing it here again. So it becomes 1.2727 etc. This is the second one. That is the question itself I am writing it again. Now subtracting both, that is 1 minus 2. 100x minus x is 99x. 127.27 etc. minus 1.2727 etc. gives 126. So this means that x is equal to 126 divided by 99. There common term it is there. What is common here? 9 is common in both. Yeah, 9 is common. So cancelling out the 9, what you will get? 14 by 11. Always rational number, it will be written, it should be written in the simplest form. That is why cancelled out and wrote it in the simplest form. Then one more question from this part. That is, let x is equal to 0.235. 35 is repeating. That is why that bar is on 35. So first what you have to do is this 2. First multiply the whole equation by 10 because 1 2 is there extra. We have to make it as, we'll multiply the whole equation by 10 and write it as 10x is equal to 2.3535 etc. Now consider this as the first equation. Now here we can see that here 3535 etc. is repeating. So 352 digit it is repeating. So multiply the whole equation by 100. It becomes 1000x is equal to 235.3535 etc. This is equation number 2. Now we have to subtract both. For subtracting, we can write this first equation again here so that we won't make confusion while subtracting. So write it like this way itself so that you will not get confused. Now subtract both. Both the equations subtracting, we will get it as 990x is equal to 233. Therefore, x is equal to 233 by 990. So that is the corresponding rational expression for 0.23535 etc. So that is, so in this chapter, in this video, I discussed about how to represent numbers on the number line. What all numbers it is coming on the number line, all the numbers, that is whole numbers, integers, rational numbers, irrational numbers, etc. comes on the number line. And what do you mean by irrational numbers? What do you mean by rational numbers? Is 0 a rational number? Then how to find out what all are the values in between 1 and 2 or any two numbers? We can find out any number of rational numbers between any two numbers. Then after that, how to locate root 2, root 3 on the number line. Find the corresponding decimal expansions of rational numbers, and also how to convert, if the decimals are given, how to convert into the form p by q or to convert into the form of a rational number. So hope you all understood this portion. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe. Also click on the bell icon for more updates and notifications. Bye.